Hello guys, this video is exclusively for the Jimny automatic transmission. The idea of making this video came to me when one of my friend asked about the performance of Jimny, especially in the highways, and also they were worried about the mileage. So in this video I'll be mostly covering of the major differences between the manual and the automatic, the different modes in the automatic gear. The Jimny comes with an 4-speed torque converter automatic transmission. It also has an overdrive option. So with this setting we can use this 4-speed automatic gear as 4-speed manual also. We'll talk about this later in the video. So inspired from the Disney, this is the Brindle with an extra 2, where P is for parking, R reverse, N neutral, T for drive, 2 is first and second gear, and L is the first gear alone. But first let's talk about parking. So the main difference between parking and neutral is, look here, I have not put any handbrake and the vehicle is in a slope. Actually it's in a slope and still I have not pressed brake and the vehicle is not moving back because it's in parking. But the same thing if I put it in neutral, at the moment I take the leg from the brake, it goes back. So that's the main difference. The next is the reverse gear, and if you have noticed, the reverse comes first immediately after parking and then the neutral and drive. The main reason why they have kept it like that is so that the neutral is always between the reverse and drive mode, and you don't move directly from reverse to drive or drive to reverse. This prevents the gears from getting stuck and it doesn't get damaged. Okay, the next one what we are gonna see is L and 2. So as I said before, L is just equivalent to first gear. So if there is any situation where you're climbing a steep hill and you don't want the car to go to the next gears, just like when you are driving in your manual and you put lower gear, here you can put L, and no matter how much you accelerate, it will not go to the next gears. So now if I put it in 2, the only difference is, if in case there is enough place and enough torque, it will shift to the next gear, which is 2, but it won't go beyond 2. That is, it will never go to the third or the fourth. Okay, so the next one is D, and I don't think you need any particular explanation that what is D stands for. It's drive. So it's the normal gear which you use in an automatic car when you want to drive, not just for the torque converter, even in case of any other type of automatic cars like AMT or CVT. Drive is the main gear which we usually use while we drive. But definitely most of us would have faced a situation where we are trying to overtake a car, but we feel that we don't have enough power to overtake. So just like the right now I'm trying to overtake it, but suddenly it's a turn and I feel okay, it might not have enough torque, so I am holding back. In such situation, in case of a manual geared vehicle, what we mostly do is we'll downshift and we will accelerate hard so that we'll get enough power to overtake the particular hindrance like a car or a bus. Even in a Jimny, when we accelerate it, all of a sudden it will downshift automatically. If you would have noticed, it will downshift and then we will get enough acceleration. But if you want to manually do that, we have this button called overdrive. What it does is when we on it, it will show a overdrive of indicator in the console, and mostly what happens is when we accelerate at that time, it will not allow the gear shift to happen to 4. It will restrict the gear to third, just like how in case of 2, where it never allows you to go beyond the first and second gear. In case of overdrive, it will restrict you to the third gear, and that will give you more power during a high speed chase. And you can see the difference in the RPM. When the overdrive is on, the RPM shoots very high. So in this way you can use all 4 gears individually in the automatic itself. And we are not done yet, we have the 4x4. So basically the Jimny drives in 2H, and whenever you want to shift to 4H, you have to use this knob to shift it to 4H. It's a smooth shift, it's just a down, you have to just move it down, and you can do this even while your car is running. You don't have to stop your car for this, and whenever your 4x4 is on, you can see this particular symbol in the console, the green one. And right now I'm taking reverse with 4H because my particular turning needs that. So yeah, even with reverse gear, the 4x4 can be worked. The 4x4 is a different module which is completely out of the other gears which we just discussed. You can engage the 4x4 with any of this combination, of course not with park and neutral. Just to make it simple, whenever the car is in 2H, that means the rear wheels gets the power, and whenever you're accelerating it, it's like the rear wheel is pushing your car ahead. But when your car is on 4H or 4L, that means all the four wheels gets the power, and whenever you're accelerating it, equal acceleration and equal power is being distributed across all the four tires. So that's the main difference between 4H and 4L mode and 2H mode. So right now, if you can see, I have been switching between drive and reverse constantly just to make this turn, but the car is constantly on 4H mode. So we have reached the last section of the video, that is 4L. But in order to put the car in 4L, you have to make your car stop and then shift to park, and then press it hard and push it back. In some case it might not engage right away, and that is very normal, and you might not see that green light blinking or not on at all. In that case, all you have to do is again put your gear back to 2H and then try again. So 4L will be the least used gear in our car, mainly because it is advised to be used only in a very difficult situation, like when your car is stuck in a swamp, or when it is a very steep road and you're not able to climb because the road is in a bad condition as well. Most scenario when we need a 4-wheel drive, 4H itself is enough, and 4H can be driven even on a normal road with up to a speed of 80 to 100 km per hour. That's what most of my friends have told me. But 4L is not like that. 4L can be driven at a very limited speed, and it consumes most of your fuel as well, so use it carefully. So personally, I'm really happy with the performance of the Jimny automatic transmission in the highways as well, especially with the overdrive option. And even on the hill station, I never had to use L or 2. The drive mode itself was enough. Anyway, I hope the video was useful, and I tried my best to show some practical videos as well. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.